This episode of the Viewing Center podcast is proudly sponsored by AccessBet. AccessBet, your access to millions.
Take this code and play the game at AccessBet.
Oh wow. Thank you.
Enjoy 100% first deposit bonus, cut one permutation, virtual games, live bets, cash out, all on AccessBet. AccessBet, your access to millions.
Welcome to the latest episode of the Viewing Center podcast. My name is Tega. I'm joined by my co-hosts with a plural this time. I'm joined by Edmund Oris, and we have Dr. Williams joining us back for the first time in a crazy long time. Oris, I know I always start with you. Should I start with you or should I give Williams to go?
Please allow my guy speak, please. What's this humility? Well, it's good to be back. It's been almost a year. I think I took a break. Well, I'm back now, and I think we'll do exploits and do better. I'm refreshed. I'm charged up for the podcast, and I'm in good spirits. Arsenal just won today. My emotions are everywhere.
You guys won, and you guys remain 10th. It's like it's a curse or something.
Let's not fight.
I saw Rola's tweet this evening where she was saying Arsenal is paying tribute to Mesut Ozil 10 over 10. So that was very funny. All right, Edmund, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm pretty chilled. Thank God for life.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's kick things off. Arsenal, Tottenham. I didn't watch the game, but William, you touched on it just now. So how did you see the game as an Arsenal fan?
I think tactically, the game, when we saw the lineup change, because we saw Aubameyang drop for some internal disciplinary issues that he had, which Arteta refused to reveal. So it was a little bit shaky seeing Smith Rowe come in for Aubameyang and Lacazette taking the 9th position. But as the game progressed, the Smith Rowe was the man of the match himself from Tenny, because most of the creative attacks came from the left wing. You know, I always talk about this, the Ariana movement. It came from the left wing. But it was poor defensively from Mourinho, because Mourinho is supposed to be the mastermind of defense. I think Gary Bale shouldn't have started that match because he wasn't tracking back enough. So Doherty, who is normally a left wing back, was exposed a lot. And Højbjerg, who is their most consistent player throughout the season, was not just on his best day today. But then again, Arsenal, towards the latter end of the game, produced some disappointing, as expected. Again, they were giving up loose balls. I think Thomas Partey hasn't really settled in the team enough. And they give big ups to Lamela, who was also the hero and villain, because he scored a beautiful Rabona and ended up getting a red card on his cynical tackle on Tenny. But overall, it was a good game. Saka didn't turn up at all. He was had to go off at halftime because he wasn't just in that game. I thought he couldn't produce anything, a cross or a shot or even a dribble. But at the end of the day, it was a good game. Big ups to Lacazette. That was some big shoes instead. And I'm happy for Odegaard. Odegaard has been a revelation. I think Arsenal should buy him full time, and let's see how he develops. But I like his ball retention. He's confident with the ball, and it was a good game generally. I big ups to Arsenal and Arteta, because he just escaped. If Arsenal had lost that game, his head would be on the chopping board right now.
Edmond, I saw the penalty that Lacazette got, and I saw the Lamela's crazy goal, which was as in out of this world. But that penalty that Lacazette got, what's your take on it? Because personally, I didn't feel it was a penalty because he had already kicked the ball before the tackle came in. I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, I didn't watch the whole game. I saw the first half and then I left. But I saw the penalty incident. I saw videos of it. It's actually disgraceful. And you know, we keep saying this thing every time about how the officiating in the Premier League is at the bottom. Yeah, you get it's one ridiculous decision after another ridiculous decision. Somehow, like, the referees just like being in the spotlight. I actually feel that they are being protected so much, because I was watching Mourinho's post-match press conference after the game, and he was asking if there's no post-match for referees, because it's a shame, because you have to come and explain some of the decisions you give, because before we would say stuff like we needed VAR so they could have a look and make the correct decision, but then there's VAR now and they are still making this type of ludicrous decisions, guy. I don't even know, because that's never a penalty. But then again, Arsenal have had some tough calls over the past week. So I guess Ojoro cancel. That is they call it.
Ojoro cancel.
Ojoro cancel. Ojoro.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm happy for Arsenal because my team Chelsea is chasing top 4. So anything like Tottenham losing was like the best case scenario for us because obviously Arsenal can't get top 4 this season and probably they won't get Europa League. Williams, is there any hopes for winning the Europa League this season?
It's very possible. I think we should they need to take out the top teams in that Europa League. For example, Manchester United. It's still dicey. You can see AC Milan are still in it in a way. But if we can get AC Milan out of it and Man U, I think Arsenal can pull through. I think Arsenal they can win it. They just have to be consistent. It's left for them to lose. Arsenal on their best day can win any tournament, but we know how inconsistent they are, and I hope they get it right.
Who has you talking now? I think you're talking about maybe Bayern Munich. Arsenal on their best days can win. How do you want to believe that people can win Europa League?
Arteta has a vision and a goal statement for the club. You can see it is already evident in some players. He just needs them to have a good preseason and get him more players of his choice and let the fringe ones go away. Arteta is going to be a phenomenal coach. I tell you.
But Williams, I actually do not believe that this Arteta team is going to be a phenomenal coach. What I'm saying is that when it came to you guys' club, you guys were 8th. He has had three transfer windows now. You guys finished it last season. This season, now you guys are 10th, and he has 3 transfer windows already. And you guys, forget the playing style. I know you guys are trying to claim that. I know you guys are trying to claim that there's one playing style, but there's no progress. I don't know. I don't feel there's any progress with us now in terms of positional movement. There's no progress to me.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Firstly, Arteta inherited a squad for Emery, of which he had to still play with Emery's boys. You can see that this January, he was able to let go of some players that he didn't want to have in the squad. The likes of Socrates, Mustafi, and Kolasinac will definitely leave. And he was able to bring in some fresh ideas into the team. He brought in Partey, he brought in Odegaard, of which they've been able to, he brought in Willian also. They've been able to create a kind of system. They don't 100% have that coordination yet as a comprehensive unit, just like the Man Cities, the Bayern Munich and all that. Yeah. But I think by the end of the season, some players will leave again and he'll be able to pick his best team. I think he's still playing around Cedric is giving him a lot of issues because Cedric is likely going to break into that first team because Bellerin is not as good as Cedric going forward.
Yeah.
So there are lots of situations that can change. I think in the summer, he will try and get another midfielder, maybe like Ora, the guy on Lyon. I think Ceballos should go back to Real Madrid. This second coming didn't work out. So there are some players that will leave and there are some players that we'll see come back rejuvenated. For example, the likes of Guendouzi, Saliba, and Torreira. Yeah. They may come and improve the team or some of them may leave. We've not seen Nketiah for a long time. Not that he's injured, it's just that he has not been able to break into the team. The likes of Martinelli, who was injured at the point, came back. He's still not a match-day squad. So there are lots of situations that can change. And Arteta is still doing a lot of experiments. But I think this is how Klopp started. When Klopp came, he didn't get it right in his first 2 seasons. From the 3rd season, he was able to leap before he won all those trophies. For example, the back line is getting more stable, but I'll be worried when David Luiz will leave because now we now have 2 left center back defenders, likes of Mari and Gabriel coming. So the right side is still going to lack. So I think Saliba may come back, but I think he will have been better off in the team so that he can do some understudy under Luis. Okay. However, it's left for Edu and Arteta to figure it out.
Edmund, if you were to place a bet, Tottenham or Arsenal to win the Europa League, who would you go for?
I would go for. I can't back against Mourinho. Guy, I have to pick Mourinho in those kind of competitions. I mean, he's won the Europa League many times now. He has the experience and he knows what winning it would. I just think Mourinho. Those kind of the Europa League is or cup competitions basically are tournaments meant for Mourinho. That's bread and butter. So I think him though. I see them winning more than Arsenal.
Definitely. Let's move on to. There've not been really any notable games in the Premier League this week. Chelsea played 0-0, and that was it's like a boring game to even talk about. So let's move to the Champions League now. Edmund, Barcelona were knocked out recently. I know at the last episode we had, I don't think you guys had played in PSG, or you guys had just finished playing PSG and lost woefully, and you guys are officially knocked out of the Champions League. And it seems this is happening for all La Liga teams, except from Real Madrid. Everybody looks set to be knocked out. Atletico might be knocked out this weekend. What's happening with
Atletico will be knocked out? I don't think Atletico will be knocked out.
Why do you think
I don't know. I just see them coming through against Chelsea, but that's not even the issue, sir.
Yeah.
You wanted to say something about La Liga teams struggling, yes?
Yes, I want to say it seems like the whole La Liga bubble has burst because Barcelona has not been performing well this season. Real Madrid has not been performing well. Atletico is beginning to drop points even in their league, and they might be knocked out on Wednesday. So what's happening in La Liga recently? I think they had all the quality then, and you always yab and banter PL clubs. So what's happened with your Farmers League?
I think what's happening is the shift in Barcelona are not what they used to be before. They are trying. I mean, we're trying with a new squad, a new captain, a new squad, a new coach. We just got a new president, fraudulent board. So we are going through a lot of issues. So football-wise, we're not all that. I think for Real Madrid too, I don't even know what their issue is. They've had a lot of injuries over this past season.
Yeah.
And their signings, you people sue them a fraud in the presence of Eden Hazard. He's more like a doctor now. It's because he spends what time in the hospital.
You guys, they can give him back to Chelsea. We'll be happy to have him.
That signing hasn't gone to plan. Then the issue of Jovic hasn't. So I just think generally, I don't know, but it happens though for every league. Where I think there was a season where it was all Premier League. I think the season where Liverpool won. I think was it Chelsea that won the Europa League.
Yeah.
So Premier League top them, but. Well, it won't last, Jerry. And this whole issue, if Messi stays, Barcelona are going to become a force to reckon with because they're going to make a couple of signings and they are already doing well with the young player. I think for me, Coman has tried the second. We lost to PSG, yes, but in the second leg, it felt like if we played 10 games, our remaining games in La Liga like that, we were going to be champions because it was a brilliant performance. I enjoyed it. It showed progress because most of our players are young and they are just coming through. So they still the dependency on Messi, but it's not so obvious like it was in previous. We have just been having issues with defense. One of our defenders will just lose it and perform one kind of silly decision and we've lost points. So I think then obviously Real Madrid are going to strengthen because I know Zidane and Perez will know that this squad that they are putting on is not good enough. And Vinicius, Asensio and the rest, they are not good enough. So they will go all out this season. So people should be expecting us back.
Definitely. Now, talking about strengthening, now there's like a player that is on the list of every club this season. That will be this transfer window coming. That's Haaland. We've seen Barcelona want him, Man U want him, Chelsea wants him, a host of clubs now want him. Williams, if you were Haaland's agent and you see these clubs lining on his door, just knocking and begging him to join, they're literally begging at this stage, what club will you advise him to go to?
I'll go to the Premier League. I think there's a good market there and they will pay well. Then it depends on how ambitious he is now. If you're looking for money, the likes of Man City and Manchester United will pay him very well. And with the declining age of Aguero, Man City won't be a bad option for him. Also, Liverpool doesn't have a top 9 like them Suarez. The Firmino combination hasn't really worked out well. So that could be another good opportunity for him. Yeah, then Chelsea too can be another good option because Tammy doesn't want to renew because he's unsure of his career there. Giroud is on the end part of his career. So Chelsea won't be bad. I would have said Arsenal, but I know we don't have the financial resources to pull it through. Again, it can just be a retirement plan for Lewandowski. Switching to the other club in Bayern is another good alternative for him. Then he can also move to Barcelona. Barcelona doesn't have a top 9, so that's another option they can use. Also, Real Madrid, Benzema is declining, so there are lots of options. He will enter into anybody's first 11 in the world currently now. There's no striker that is as good as him now.
Let me tell you what I'm going to do if I'm Haaland. For me, there will be only 2 options. That Liverpool option looks very exciting, but Liverpool, they are not. You see what's happening with Klopp now. They are not. They can't compete over time, especially in the Premier League. So for me, there will be only 2 options. I either go to Man. For me, Man will be the first option. He'll be a perfect replacement for Aguero, and Jesus is not it. You can't win a serious competition with Jesus as well. There are times this season when Pep has played the tight centre forward. You get so. and they create lots of chances. He just needs to go there and win in the Champions League for one, and boom, he's already in the Ballon d'Or conversation because he's that good. The guy scores at a really. So for me, Man City first, then I think second one is Barcelona.
Why Barcelona?
Number one, they create a lot of chances. This season, they are the team with the highest number of big chances created. You don't just have a centre forward. Do you get? So if I go there, Barcelona have a historic record with Ballon d'Or winners and the prestige and the history. And if Messi stays, it's going to be an exciting place to stay. He'll just be at the end of all those Messi's crazy passes. Do you know how many goals he's going to score? Plus opportunity to play with the GOAT. For me, those are the two options. Arsenal can't afford him. They don't have the prestige. They don't have the ambition. Chelsea too. They are a small club. I'm sorry. You can't go to Chelsea.
I don't think you can say Chelsea is a small club with your chest because obviously Chelsea has won the Champions League. Chelsea has a lot of money. Chelsea has a lot of money to spend. Listen, Chelsea has a young squad, but you can't say Chelsea is a small club with your chest because they've been winning stuff.
See the issue here. And this is why I feel the only
Barcelona is even a bad option. Barcelona is a bad option because Messi is leaving. So
you are already in your feelings. Calm down.
No. Messi is leaving. I'm not listening to you, but Messi is actually leaving, and you know that. So why are you always?
If Messi is leaving, where is he going to?
He's going to PSG, of course.
He's not going to PSG. What is he going to do with PSG? He's not going to PSG.
We are going to see.
If he's leaving, he's going to Man City, and Haaland and Messi in that Man City team, and it's over for everybody. So that's like why I will not go to any other club in the Premier League apart from Man City, because I don't see any other club topping Man City as long as Pep is there with the resources and look at their bench now. Look at the way they are playing. Do you think Haaland and Man U this season they would challenge Pep and that team? They wouldn't now. Even in Chelsea, he wouldn't. Who does he want to play with Chelsea? Jorginho and Pulisic. How many chances does he want to score? Please. For me, then like William said, the last option would be to chill at Dortmund and then move to Bayern. Then he's going to score a lot of goals. He'll win everything there. Whether he win the Ballon d'Or, that won't be an issue because with Bayern, you know how they are.
Lewandowski just won is it the Ballon d'Or, I believe, world's best, so it's possible. On Twitter, I've been seeing recently, there's lots of banter that's been going on Twitter. So this is like a Twitter segment now. And this is a question I was going to direct to Williams and Edmund as well, because we see a lot of banter going on. They're always bantering Ronaldo. They're always bantering Messi. A lot of players, they're always bantering them. But I've noticed a pattern with Barcelona fans that when you want to banter them, they'll start saying dry banter, and they'll start doing this kind of. And Edmund also does this in this way, because I was going to tackle Edmund on this. When his club is losing, instead of him waiting for the fans, outside fans, to start bantering Barcelona, he'll be doing it himself because he doesn't want people to know that he's pinned. I know Edmund is actually pinned, but he'll start bantering his own club just because he doesn't want others to feel that he's pinned. I don't know why Edmund, why do you do that? Why are Barcelona fans so toxic about the whole thing? When you banter Messi, they start saying dry banter. What you guys do with Ronaldo, nobody gets angry with you guys.
Well, I can't say for everybody, but me, the way I tweet, because people always used to talk about draft, and I actually don't have drafts. When I go on Twitter, anything that comes to my head, that's how I say. So if I'm watching a game, I'm watching my team play, and they are playing nonsense, I have to talk about it. I'm not even trying to banter them. It's what comes to mind. I just say, I actually don't care what people are saying. Obviously, I know when we will lose, people are going to banter us.
Yeah,
but I'm already too pissed to not want to say anything. I have to say my mind. So it's not like I'm doing it because when I'm doing it, can't you see my obvious frustration in the way I tweet when we lose?
What frustration? You're bantering yourself so you don't get bantered by other fans. Go on.
No, I'm just sharing my own opinions and how I feel on the matter. I didn't banter them when we played against PSG because we're very good. When we're good, plus don't you watch some of our players, Lenglet, Dembele, Griezmann, sometimes they just behave as if, and they are receiving enormous amount of money. Yeah. Why would I not be annoyed and banter them? If other people banter them when we're losing, it goes for them. About Barcelona, I don't know. I can't speak for other people and people that are saying that one is actually not my business. I used to say it. I don't call anybody's banter dry banter because me, you won't see me say something is dry. That's not my business actually. I just go there and tweet whatever comes to my head unfiltered.
Yeah.
Edmund uses the positive toxicity to promote his craft. He attacks himself quickly before the masses begin to attack him. So that when they come on his page, they'll be like, the guy is already speaking our mind. Let's not attack him further. But if it was a Ronaldo flip script now, Edmund will sit there and talk about it forever. But when it's messed, well, it shows that we ourselves are hypocrites because we cannot critically attack ourselves. Edmund knows Barca is on a decline, but he will try and make an excuse. The board is
but look at it. Okay, look at it. Let's be objective.
You see the way he was talking. He was trying to make an excuse. You know the board is this. We know we got a new coach. Please, everybody, clubs go through this. Call a bad run a bad run.
Wait, Messi, listen to me. The era of William.
The era of Messi and Ronaldo is coming to an end. The quicker everybody begins to understand it, and your club begins to move on and try to create alternatives, that's the quicker you guys to get out of this your recession. But there you guys are still trying to play him, try to push him. The team is struggling because even the player, Messi himself knows that he's not up to that. He can't be Messi of 25, Messi of 26. That was on everybody's screen. Messi is getting old. Ronaldo said he knows that this is his last straw. He doesn't see. He just wants to be in the box and wait for a corner or a header or an outside shot or a free pass so that he could just score something and jump up and do woo. So they are not on that level anymore. Paradigm of football is shifting to the likes of them Mbappe and Haaland and Saga and the young ones that are coming up.
Saga is good.
See the way he can't run and then Saga at the end like
Saga is good, but the truth is that
is he Ballon d'Or quality? What are you saying?
The truth is that Barcelona need to. I bring in Koeman. I don't see what Koeman is still doing a lot of trial and error. I was thinking he will come and impose his system. He has not imposed his system. We don't even know the style Barca is playing. It should be a transition system, but we're trying to remove the old guy and bring in the new players.
Williams, you are talking without facts. You are just see what I wanted to ask.
These are facts. You are trying to defend your club.
Look at facts about Koeman. He hasn't lost any league game this season. We were once 15 points behind Atletico Madrid in the title race, but now we are just 6. If we win tomorrow, we're going to go to just 4 points behind them. We are in the cup finals. We're in our Copa del Rey finals. We got to the finals of the Super Cup this season. And all this, he has done it with a young squad, a rebuilding squad, a disorganized squad, a confused board. So how can you not give him credit, bro? How are you saying that you're not going to give him credit? That he hasn't done it and he hasn't imposed his style? What are you saying? He hasn't lost this year. He has only one draw. The rest have been wins in La Liga. So what are you saying? What I'm going to say about Messi and Ronaldo. For me, this is how I see it. And this is why it's going to be very hard. I hardly see Messi having a bad game. Okay, look at the loss against PSG. The 2 legs. He was the one that scored the only goals that we had. How do you go and criticize somebody like that? That's what I'm asking. Yes, football is a team sport at the end of the day. But individually, Messi always stands out 9.5 out of 10 times. So even when you lose, how do you go and banter? Wait, listen. How do you go and castigate the best player of your team? 1. 2, really, Williams talk now about Ronaldo shifting and all that. Yes, true. Everybody knows Ronaldo has changed his game. He's more about the finishing now. Good, fine, no problem. When he works, it's brilliant. People see today he scored a hat-trick. Good, everybody's praising him, fine. But on the times when that doesn't work, like he didn't against Porto over the 2 legs, he looks so horrible. Why can't people see that? So when we say that he's looking shit and this guy is this, he doesn't control. He made 0 dribbles in the whole tie, 120 minutes. He had how many touches of the ball? I think 50. Messi alone in the first half against PSG had 50. So what are you saying? He had no shot on target, no shot at all against Porto in the second leg, against 38-year-old Pepe. So how do you not castigate that kind of performance? And then go to Messi against PSG. He scored the goal. He created chances. Even in the first leg, when we were 1 goal up, he created 2 big chances for Griezmann and Dembele to put the game to bed. They didn't. Is that his fault? Is it the one that kicked the ball?
But he missed the penalty, and so that's also his...
He missed the penalty, yes. And anybody that wants to castigate him for missing a penalty, they have the right, fine. But personally, I wouldn't. Because if he hadn't scored the goal in the first place, we would have not had it. Because we're losing now. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? For me, that why I'm unable to come online and say stuff, because you say if you watch our games, you will hardly see that you watch a game and you say, Messi was bad today. He even on the games where even the Liverpool game where we bottled, people say we bottled, yes, 4-0. He created 6 big chances in the Champions League semi-final against Liverpool away from home. 6. What are you saying? How many people can come up with that stat? How do you criticize somebody like that? We only create the chances and still score. In the first leg, he scored how many? He scored 2. You saw the chance he gave Dembele in the first leg. Dembele missed it. He came away. He created for Griezmann. If I say Griezmann, created for Suarez, created for Rakitic. He created for Alba. Yes, he missed some on his own. But after all said and done, how do you, in clear conscience, go and castigate somebody like that? That's it for me. I can understand people bantering. Yes, you can banter, but if you want to remove banter and you want to argue a fact now, you cannot in clear conscience. You know you can't. Do you know what the PSG game? Go and castigate that kind of performance now.
Anyways, for Barcelona, I think this La Liga is getting hotter because Atletico Madrid is beginning to drop some points now. So I think things have kind of opened up for Real Madrid and for Barcelona to try and catch up, and probably maybe still a thunder from Atletico Madrid. So I feel if Koeman can get the La Liga, I feel it's a successful season for him. He has done his best, and maybe hopefully at the end of the season, if they get a trophy, especially the Super Cup or the La Liga, it's going to actually help him. All right. So welcome to Extra Time, the first Extra Time segment of this year on the Viewing Center podcast. There's been a lot happening around Nigeria, from fuel price increase to NSAS saga still going on at this time, even after so many months since the protest ended by the government. Actually, not really willingly by the protesters. So there was a saga that happened recently with Bitcoin and FemCo. The transaction took 4 months. And allegedly they moved money from the donation wallets, the Bitcoin donation wallet, to another wallet, and it got discovered. They had to release a statement, and their statement was that, in quotes, the transaction took 4 months to happen, which is why the money the whole thing just reflected. And since Williams is a Bitcoin guy, they're not yet to. Anyways, FemCo, they can do whatever they like. Not with the money though, but they can do whatever they like. I'm not here to discuss about that, but we're here to discuss about the transaction. And Williams, as a Bitcoin person, I know you do. This is like what you do almost on a daily basis. You're into trading and stuff. Is it possible for a transaction to take 4 months to occur, or what was the whole take on their statement as a whole regarding that stuff?
So in cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, we have the blockchain and we have a mempool. The mempool is the memory pool, is where most of the coins are stored. So for example, whereby there is a coin was sent with a low transaction fee, and there was a pump in price, the coin may not leave immediately or confirm on the other side. So it will be left in the mempool for the miners to come and mine it. However, that can take between 30 to 24 to 48 hours. However, it can never take 4 months. So whatever that person, the FemCo analyst that explained that's total BS. It's not possible to take 4 months to confirm. Also, the confirmation they showed and the amount sent, they didn't tally, because as when it was sent, it was about a certain amount, and by the time they received it, it has doubled its price. Triple this price, and they were not the same value that it was sent. So there were lots of variations in their statements. Another thing they said that really struck my eye is that they said they gave 80 families 500,000. We didn't see these families, and how did you pay these families? Somebody should have said, okay, I'm one of the people that were affected. They gave me a certain amount of money. How did they pay? Were they paid cash? Were they paid crypto? Paid via Bitcoin? And nobody is saying anything. So the explanation was just flawed. I think the person who explained doesn't really understand. And the last line of their post was what infuriated me. They said cryptocurrency something is for the public. So they just felt like people won't understand because everybody is really getting to the frenzy of crypto. But there are people that, like myself, that have been doing crypto for almost 6, 7, 8 years now. So we know it to the latter. So when I saw it, I laughed. I was like, they didn't even need to explain, because explaining makes it worse than what they are doing. They actually stole the money.
Well, I won't openly say they stole the money, so I don't get sued. But something happened with the money. It's because obviously a lot of analysts, both international and local analysts, have analyzed the whole transaction and their whole statement, and a lot of people have come out to say there are loopholes in this their transaction, there are loopholes in this their statement, and obviously they need to re-explain better. They might have used money for some things that are actually sensible. They might have used the money for important things during the whole protest. But it seems, according to a lot of analysts, it seems that the whole Bitcoin transaction, which they tried to explain, didn't fly with a lot of people. Edmund, what's your whole take on that? What's your opinion?
Well, I've actually not really looked into it in details because I don't have a very good knowledge on Bitcoin and stuff like that. But from what people have been saying, I don't know. But me personally, I just don't want it. I want them to be like an actual explanation, because if there's no explanation, it's going to be bad. It's just going to look like, for me, then Nigeria does not even have it. I know we used to say it a lot that Nigeria does not have it, but everybody cannot be corrupt now. Do you understand? Because that's what's going to. If what they are saying is true, it's going to mean that people they would, because a lot of people send Bitcoin. I think even Jack, the owner of Twitter, shared the link relating. So it means somebody or a group of people are sitting on that money without proper explanation and stuff like that, which means, so what's the difference between you and the government that you're trying to fight? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm still hoping and praying that there's an actual explanation, but I don't really want to go deep into that thing, Jerry.
I really do hope. For me, I feel they do need to release another statement, probably, because I know when they started this whole donation stuff, they were releasing lots of statements on how the money was being spent and stuff. And once the protest ended, they released a bigger statement where they talked about what they will use remaining of the money to do. And after that, there was no further statement from them. And then before this whole thing came out, and they've released another statement saying how they explain spend the money. And a lot of people have debunked. A lot of analysts have said it's not possible. Williams just said right now that it's not possible for a transaction to stay 4 months with no movement and stuff. So I feel they do need to come out again. I know, not that I'm saying they need to keep digging a hole and trying to bury themselves, but I think they really need to come out with a more factual or a better explanation and maybe break things down, because obviously the statement they gave was maybe rushed. It took them 6 hours to come out with a statement when the news broke out, and maybe they rushed it. So they need to reevaluate and bring another statement that at least maybe helps them, because at this point I think it was a panic statement. They didn't sit down to really think about it or consult maybe a crypto person. If they had asked me, I would have been able to come up with a good story. But it's true. But they just went there and did. I don't understand. That's how they didn't even try to package the story. They were just talking, trying to form, and there were a lot of loopholes. I felt I was really disappointed. I was looking up to the feminist co as a very top corporation that was really ready to do a lot of good, but at the end of the day, we are hypocrites according to Faust. And I do hope eventually, they are not the bad guys in this situation, because they've been on so many publications recently. Times, a lot of publications recently, as the New York Times, a lot of publications have kind of publicized what they did during the whole NSAS saga and their impacts for the feminist movement. So I do hope they are not the bad guys in this situation, but at the moment it's not looking so good for them. And I think when this whole NSAS thing started, at that point, people have kind of forgotten that this whole NSAS movement did not start in Lagos. It did not start it wasn't started by this feminist coalition. It didn't start in Lagos. It was in Delta State. It actually started. So a lot of history is being rewritten. I've seen in my faces, I think Edmund has touched about this on the podcast, where he said something about history being rewritten. I've seen a lot of history in my presence being rewritten, that it was started in Lagos, was started by this group, but it was actually started in Delta State by just normal human beings, people that lost someone in Sapele, and the whole thing started. So
are you sure about that?
Yes, this protest was NSAS protest actually started in Delta State, not Lagos.
Okay, the recent protest, yeah?
No, not the recent, the actual NSAS protest.
The origin of the SARS protest started in Delta State. Tega is right.
Okay, in October. The one in October, yes, I remember. Yes.
So a lot of history is being rewritten actually, and people do not actually know where this whole thing started from. And some group of people have like, I don't want to say stolen the glory, but have taken the spotlight. Which anyway, that's Nigeria for you. It's messed up. Williams, how about the fuel situation? We'll talk about the Grammys shortly now. What do you think about the whole fuel situation and the hike?
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. I can't run my gen again. It's I'm so I'm not free.
Boy, just switch your gen.
You know how I am when it's light. I literally do not want to have light. I would like to have light 247.
Yeah.
Now I'm putting a lot of stress on the inverter. It's annoying because I go to the filling station. There's this long queue.
Yeah.
Black market people are coming to buy in their 1,000 gallons so that they can go and rip people off.
Yeah.
Get to your turn, they will tell you that they want to off their machine, that they've closed. Everybody's trying to ration their portion and all that. At the point, I thought about running back to the hospital to be staying because there's light there. So I can't. It's annoying. You can't meet fuel at 85 naira and you're trying to leave it at 200 and something. It's crazy. For example, I bought Fanta that is 150. They sold it for 180 now. They said the people that transported it said they had to add money inside. Like,
oh my god,
it's annoying. Pure water now is 180, 200 sometimes. They will tell you that they use fuel to bring it from their factory to the retail shop. Lots of things. Even boiled egg has gone up. They said the transition from the farm to the town, from the rural to the urban area, everything has just gone up. I'm even afraid to travel now. Plane tickets, flights have increased. Everything is just, the whole country is just like an ECG machine, just going up and down. Everywhere is just, we're up today, we're down today, we're up today, we're down. Nothing has been able to regularize. Buhari has failed us. And I hope in 2023, it looks so far, someone else will come and do better. But we know it's going to be a huge task, but it's going to be as if starting afresh. Then he made those silly comments that Saudi Arabia, their fuel price is higher than 200 or something. That is I don't know, that they have oil, but yet their fuel is so expensive that we can't be selling fuel cheaper than Saudi Arabia that have oil. Those are profound statements. You can't make those. If Buhari was my father, I would need to sit him down in the room and we'll really talk. He's doing it wrongly. Sometimes I just feel like entering the screen and just hitting his head. For example, Ghana has vaccinated 400,000 people in 12 days. Nigeria they are vaccinating governors.
First come, everything in Nigeria is politics, so it's crazy. But in terms of that vaccination, I don't want to say anything about it now. It's just hopefully it gets to the common people at some point.
When will it get? 2025? They will not start selling it on your streets, in your pharmacy as malaria drug.
Oh my God, Edmund, do you want to say something?
I think the government have come out to say that they did not approve the increase to 212 of the fuel price, so that fuel should still remain at the old. But you know what's going to happen. They are going to debate, and at the end of the day, they will increase it little. Instead of doing, I think it's at 168 now, I'll be 169. They will just push it maybe a bit to 180. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's still going to get to that level one day, because everybody saw that straight where I think Williams mentioned where he was talking about the price of fuel in Saudi Arabia and the price of fuel in other places. And it was like, so why can't I beg? One thing that I've told myself recently about Nigeria is I'm not going to be focusing on all this news and all this bad, because actually it used to fuck up my mind. You get that whole SARS thing. I wasn't depressed, but I was sad. I was, because I'm like, God, is this the place I'm going to stay? Is this where I'm going to raise my children? Because everybody always talks about living in the country. Everybody talks about living in the country. Everybody cannot live. Yeah. Do you understand? So the reality is that a lot of us are going to be here, and it's actually a scary place to stay in. Yeah. You get, like Williams has said, 2023 is actually very far. And you know, even the worst part about all these things is that Nigerians don't need so much to be happy. You get, if we can get a president that's just going to come, maybe give us good roads, electricity. How can we not have constant lighting? It rained on Friday. I think it started raining on Friday. Yeah. Since then, I've not seen lights in my place. This is almost two days later. Do you understand? and Ibadan has very good light. The light used to impress me before, but since on Friday tonight, it's been no show. We just need good light, good road. Then we don't need so much. Anybody that is just going to come and is going to try and make an effort to see what our state governor is doing. That is our state governor. Everybody's praising him. You get it. Everybody's praising. He hasn't done so much, but he has tried. So that's what we just need. I see, Nigeria don't tire me. But there's no like there are no queues here in the Badmusha. I think it was just the first day, but since then it has been back to normal.
I think the queues in Abuja has also reduced. I think light situation here is far better. I think I have light almost 247. So light here is almost great. I basically do not even have a gen because of how good the light is here. And moving away from like depressing news and sad news, some happy news. Wizkid just won a Grammy for best video, Black Skin Girl. I know Oris, a huge Wizkid fan, so I think that should get you excited.
I'm actually very excited, very proud, and because that song, listen to me, that song, when the song came out, a lot of people were saying the song was this song. I was like, the first time I heard the song, it was pure quality, it was good. He literally carried the song on his shoulders.
Yeah.
He bought this Beyonce, Wizkid of Lagos, Oju Elegba, went abroad and bought it. Do you know how it was when we used to grow up? When we used to say, I can't wait to see Wizkid featuring Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Beyonce, Drake. It's actually happening and he's holding his ground. Do you understand? So I'm actually very, very, very... I knew he was going to win it. I mean, you can't be in the category. Beyonce always wins when she's there because she always gives it her best. The video was lit. The message, that whole album, that Lion King album, was very good because it wasn't just music. It was music with a message. You listen to the lyrics of this brown skin girl now. What are you saying? This is not Grammy words. I bet Williams, who they choke down?
Definitely not the
I know they breathe too. I know they breathe like this.
But definitely, when Davido should actually win a Grammy next year or something, Williams, don't you agree?
Yes, we're coming. 30 beats.
Grammy not be Edis. Grammy not be Edis. Grammy not be Edis.
We're coming. Double XL choke.
Grammy not be Edis.
He choke.
Who they choke?
No oxygen for all of you once Davido win this Grammy. Now I'm quiet. Now you guys are using it to catch food. Don't worry, I'm calling Davido this night. So we need to talk.
Not like I'm hating or anything, but I don't think Davido can win a Grammy.
No, he's definitely. And I think he's definitely going to
Edmund,
win.
Me and you fight. Me and you will just fight here today. If you start this Davido thing with me.
Oh my God.
We're not going to. Why do we always argue? Ronaldo, Messi, Davido, Wizkid.
You can't just choose the better side. What's your problem?
You just like basic quality. Why do you just like basic things?
Why
Come for premium.
You see Wizkid, you see Davido giving you steady. You see, oh my God, it reminds me of Ronaldo a lot. I don't know.
Anyways, I do hope BurnaBoy gets to win the Grammy this night. We're recording this.
BurnaBoy should win it. The music is quality, but you see that other Yoruba Surulere boy, I doubt that.
So definitely, we do hope BurnaBoy gets to win.
If you don't like Wizkid, then you are bad guys. True and true.
I feel Davido's music is more relatable on the streets than I hear a lot of
Baba tell them.
I hear a lot of people playing
Davido on the streets.
So okay, listen to let me tell you the difference between Wizkid and Davido. See the difference here.
Yeah.
Davido makes good music. Sure, I love Davido's music. He has club bangers, the songs that when you listen to, you don't even really need to hear what he's saying, but you just want to shake your body. Do you understand?
Yeah, better rest. You know,
the vibe is nice. Yeah, but for somebody like me, I like music, but last I'll still prefer music that has a message, music that I can be listening to when I'm going. Wait.
Preaching. Live here. Listen to preaching and motivational speakers.
Listen to the album Wizkid made now. Both of them.
But we listen to it now. It's only that song with them.
Wait now, but Davido's album, the numbers are not showing. They are not doing good for him because the quality is
the numbers not doing good. Edmund, how many views does Joe have?
Sure, you want to talk about views? Don't people buy views? Go and look at the charts now.
Edmund,
look at the chart. Look at the numbers.
I don't like the way you say this thing.
Look at it. I'm not lying.
Album at all. We had the match on it, bro. Who they?
I'm not lying. See, listen to what I'm saying. If you listen to Wizkid music, you listen. Even the production is top quality. It doesn't even look like football is being made in Nigeria. So for him to have gotten to that level, look at the songs, look at Sweet One, look at Reckless, look at Piece of Me, and see Essence is everywhere. That's proper song. You can't play Essence in a club and people will be shaking. A normal Nigerian, when we say he never drink Fanta or he find what pure water for street, can't listen to Essence now. So that's the difference. Quality music and then just music. For me, Wizkid is quality. The lyrics,
better. Anyways, first of all, I don't want to say congratulations to Wizkid. Congratulations also to Davido. He was on.
Shout out to Wizkid. Shout out to Wizkid. Pop some bottles.
Definitely, Davido was on Coming to America. That was great for Nigerian music and great for
as an
artist. And hopefully BurnaBoy wins tonight also. And
BurnaBoy for the win.
Definitely. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me on the podcast once again. Williams, great to have you back. Oris, thanks for joining me again.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
It's all right. Thank you. It was an awesome episode, but Edmund is back to fight me. I should have prepared more.
So definitely next episode, I think you guys would have been well equipped. I think Williams, you always have a nose of things you have against Edmund, so bring that next episode.
Edmund's always on the wrong side. I don't know what's his problem. He likes to do some problem. I'm not on the wrong side. I think
David. And before I close out the episode, congratulations to Chelsea women for winning the Continental Cup. I know you guys don't care, but I care about
nobody.
them.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares
about Chelsea women. Nobody cares
about Chelsea women. And happy Mother's Day so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers celebrating as well. So definitely happy Mother's Day to my mom, Williams, Edmund's mom. Every mother, happy Mother's Day to everyone. Future mothers. I'm going on a rant now. Anyways, guys, take care of yourself and cheers.